All right, we're live. Welcome. We are back after a what 2 month hiatus,
Hmm.
and this is
Almost
the
3 months.
webcasting. 3 months. Oh wow,
Almost. Yeah.
wow, man, that has been a long 3 months. All right, so we're live. This is the webcasting day. We'll be discussing episode 9, honor, and this is the big moment. Carl is dead. Someone that's
Mhm.
been there since season 1. So
Oops, spoiler. For those of
spoiler
you who have
alert.
not seen the,
If you,
for those of
you
you who have
you
not
should
seen,
be you should not be watching if you have not seen this.
yeah,
If you have not
yeah, really.
seen it, but we'll be talking about Carl's death. Great episode last week. They did a tremendous job.
Mm,
That could have been season finale worthy. That could have been season finale worthy.
yeah, I agree. It could have been. And we also saw not only did we have the uh, the segments or the timeline with Carl.
Hmm.
They showed some like a montage of moments of him, like moments where he was Judith, moments where he was helping out other
Sadiq.
community members, Sadiq and everything. The moment we do see the moment where he gets bitten by the walker.
Yeah, they did show that. They show that,
Yeah,
and which is great. And they also showed him writing letters to everyone because he thought he
right.
might
Yeah,
not make it to tell everybody that he'd been bit.
yeah. And the song that they used for that sequence was really good. It's a song called "The Bottom of Everything."
Hmm.
The group I think is called Bright Eyes. I believe that's what they're called.
Let's see here. I'm on
The
the
song is
fan
called the
Wikipedia page.
yeah. The song is called "The Bottom of Everything."
Hmm.
And I saw the video. Do you know what that song is about though? It's about finding happiness even in the midst of a plane crash.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes, I've seen the video.
Oh, wow.
That is what the song is about.
Wow. That's pretty pretty great. I didn't know
Yep.
that.
Mhm.
Let's see here. So basically, what this episode focused on was basically this was Carl's episode, but throughout the whole episode. But there was some uh, plot points to move forward. We did see Keenan Ezekiel and Gavin. I love the dude who played Gavin. He was great,
Oh yeah.
great interaction between him and Ezekiel. Unfortunately,
Yep.
Gavin did not live in this episode, so Negan's going to be pretty pissed about that. If
Yep.
Negan's not pissed enough, he's going to be severely pissed after the death of Gavin, which was caused by you, Henry.
Yeah, it was me. It was me. I did it. I did it. Yep.
You killed Gavin.
But yeah, we saw that. I was gonna say we saw that storyline move forward also. Um, Really, those were the two main focuses of this episode were the storyline with Carl and the storyline with what was happening at the kingdom
Yeah.
with Morgan and Carol
Hmm.
attempting to rescue King Ezekiel.
Hmm.
Those were the
I
two
got a question.
storylines that were.
I can't remember on the last episode, not this one, but the previous one. Does Carol and Morgan or just Carol know about Carl being bit? Was she in the pipe with them? Because I can't remember.
No, they were trying to rescue Ezekiel. They were at the kingdom, so they are not aware. They do not know.
Yeah, that's what I thought because I posted on Twitter that Carol, Morgan, and people from the hilltop does not know about, and the
Right.
kingdom does not know about Carl's death.
Right. Yeah.
Only the core people that was in there. And then someone responded and said that Carol was in the pipe with them in the last episode, but
No,
I
she
didn't
was.
see that. I don't remember that.
She was. She wasn't. No. So the king. I mean, yeah. The hilltop does not know.
Oh my god!
Enid and Aaron. Enid and Aaron do not know. You know, they're off
Yeah,
by themselves.
yeah. So a lot of people doesn't know about this,
Right.
and
Yeah.
oh my god, this is going to be horrendous to see how this escalates. Because in this episode, Daryl and the rest of the gang went off to go to the hilltop because it's safer. Because when Negan, basically Negan and his crew demolish Alexandria. Alexandria is gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it was on Dwight's suggestion that they wait in the
Mhm.
sewer in the pipe until the saviors until Negan and the saviors leave, and then
Yeah,
once Negan and the saviors left, it was safe to go out.
yeah,
Hey, I mean, they had scouts. I think Michonne was a scout. I think maybe Daryl was a scout going out to make sure that it was safe.
hmm
And
oh,
I mean, the I was gonna say the montage, especially the moments that Carl had with his sister, that was very
hmm
heartbreaking. I mean, because and then especially the moment where he's talking to Judith and he gives her the hat. He gave her the hat,
yeah. Oh, that was great. I
and
love that. That was a great moment. It was a touching moment. It was like,
yeah,
the passing of the torch.
hmm and she seemed to be pretty upset when Daryl kind of took her.
Yeah. I was hoping we can have like a Breaking Bad moment with that scene. Judith, says something and they kept it in, but I
Oh, I
wonder if
know.
that would have been great if they had like sort of a Breaking Bad moment. But
Yeah,
but a great scene altogether. I loved it. I mean, it was a real emotional scene. It's an emotional episode altogether. Um,
yeah.
we also
She was
found
with her.
out. Go
She was
ahead.
with her uncle Daryl. She was with her uncle Daryl.
Yeah, little
She was
ass kicker.
yeah, yeah. The ass kicker. That's the nickname he gave her.
Yeah, they haven't used that nickname in a while, but we do see the flash forward that was opening the season with
And it
future
turns
Rick.
out
Yeah,
It was Carl's vision all along.
yeah, and I
That
loved. I
that
mean, they focuses on that vision. This whole episode. I mean, we see Judith actually growing up, which was great.
uh,
Love that. And my God, the ending. I love the ending. You see Judith running up to this person,
it's
and he turns
Negan.
around, and Negan's like, "How you doing?" Oh my
I
God!
know.
Yes, it was.
I
I
was like,
love that. I
it
love
was
that.
freaking Negan. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, so basically, what this is Carl's vision and hoping for the future that Rick's group and Negan's group can finally get along and bring
Mhm.
peace among all of the communities and work together and help rebuild. That's what Carl's vision is, and I really like to see that come to fruition because I would love to have interaction between little grown up Judith and Negan. I just think that'd be so freaking epic.
I also like when she talked to Jerry. Remember she
Yeah, she
talked to
talked to
Jerry?
Jerry.
Yeah.
We saw
My
Eugene
man
too.
Jerry. Eugene, yeah, Eugene was in the vision. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, it was an amazing sequence. It really
Yeah,
was. But and we also found out something important about Sadiq that he was actually a doctor. Well, a resident. He was a resident.
Yeah.
That was something we found out about him, and
Yeah.
that
So.
he said he was going to honor Carl. He said, "I will honor you." That was something that I thought was a very important moment in the episode. He said he would honor Carl, and that's where the name, and once again, that continues the trend of somebody saying the episode title.
Hmm.
And I mean, of course, he says Michonne is his best friend, and Michonne says likewise.
Yeah.
You know, and interestingly enough, it turns out it's not either Michonne or Rick that take
Hmm.
him out. He takes himself out.
Yeah. I missed that part right there, and I thought Michonne took him out, but then I rewatched it and it was like Carl killed himself,
Yeah.
which. Uh, how they did a great job with that, but I think it would have been better if Michonne would have done it.
Well, maybe, but I think it made sense for Carl to do it himself. And
Hmm.
I think storyline wise, it made sense for him to do it himself.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he said his mother told him before she died that he would beat this world. He said he didn't. He
Hmm.
didn't.
Yeah.
So, but he took himself out before he could turn. He did that before he could turn because I really don't believe he wanted to turn.
Hmm.
I believe he wanted to be the way he was. He didn't want to die as a walker.
Yeah. Let's see
So
here.
in
So
the
that's pretty much what happened in Carl's little plot. Going to
yeah
the kingdom, we have Ezekiel being captured by Gavin and the Saviors, and
mhm.
we have Morgan. Good God, Morgan! He was on a ball in this episode. He was, killing Savior after Savior. The
yeah
best moment of Morgan is when he stabs the dude and just rips his guts out. Just rips his guts out. And it
he
was like,
reached
holy
into
shit.
the guy's he reached into the guy's the open wound the guy
Yeah.
had in his side. He reaches into the guy's wound and pulls his intestines out. I was like,
Yeah.
and I watched the reaction video by
Mhm.
the normies group, and the black dude said, "What a gutsy move." I just thought that was hilarious when he said that. And but it was a yeah that was pretty intense. I mean that was probably the most violent death since when Spencer was killed.
Since Glenn.
Remember? Well, no, since Spencer. Remember, Spencer was
Oh,
killed
yeah. He
by
got his
Negan.
guts ripped out. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's what happened to Spencer. Yeah. So
Man, what is going on with Morgan? I mean, he just turned a 360 before he was, all, don't kill anyone. And now he's like, killing after, killing almost everybody.
he's like the freaking Terminator. I'm telling
Yeah, I
you,
know.
he's
The Morganator.
yeah. Yeah, he and Carol, and they took out all the saviors, and the young Henry is running around, and they're there.
Hmm.
Henry told Carol, I'm going to go, and she's like, no, you need to stay. You need to go, wherever.
Hmm.
He decides he's gonna go out there anyway. It winds up just as I love Ezekiel's line about you cannot walk back an action
Yeah.
once.
And this is the climax between Morgan, Ezekiel, and Gavin. And
Yeah.
Morgan wants to.
Uh-oh, you're starting to break up.
How about now?
You sound okay now.
Okay, yes, Morgan wants to kill Gavin, but Ezekiel, try to calm Morgan down and say, hey, you don't need to do this. And then out of nowhere, Henry comes along and just stabs Gavin right through the neck and kills him
Right through,
instantly.
yeah, right through the back of the neck, and then
Yeah,
the so I mean, obviously he has seen the results of what has happened. He saw the results of what
yeah,
Morgan and Carol were doing, and he figured he could help. And I mean, I realized, yes, he was trying to help, but at the same time, he may have exacerbated a few of the problems for the kingdom.
yeah. This is not going to go well with Negan.
No,
Uh,
Negan is
Gavin
going,
along Gavin alongside Simon was Negan's right hand guy.
yeah,
So Gavin, so Negan's going to be, he's like, out of 11 now, pissed off, but he doesn't know that Gavin's dead yet. He doesn't know that any of the saviors at the kingdom is dead.
and then once he finds out about Dwight, ooh, man,
Yeah, once he finds about Dwight and him turning on him, because Dwight was again another Negan project, and he
yeah.
turned on him. So
And like I say, Dwight has proven himself. I think Dwight proved himself by telling the Alexandrians, hey, we need to wait until they leave before we take off.
yeah,
So
but there's still time for Dwight to turn again. But
if he
I
does,
if he does, yeah, I don't see that happening unless they throw a curveball at us.
well, I think in the comics, he made a face turn in the comics and stayed a face.
Yeah,
So I don't see him turning heel again. I think he's going to stay face.
yeah,
Um, Now, is he going to go try and find Sherry? I wonder. Is Sherry still alive?
yeah. Is Sherry still alive? Is she dead? It's gonna be quite interesting. So some fun facts. With Carl dead, Rick and Morgan are the only two characters that appeared in the pilot episode. With
Yep.
Carl deaths, Rick, Daryl, and Carol are the only ones the original from Atlanta. So,
Yep.
wow. And let's see here. So, with Carl dead, and in the comics, Carl is still alive. It's going to be quite interesting to see how they're going to pull off the whole Negan and Carl interaction, like they had in the comics. I wonder if Henry's going to get that capability. I wonder if Henry's going to be talking to Negan, or if it's going to be someone else.
I often wonder that myself. I said, now who is going to supplant Carl? Will it be young
Yeah,
Henry?
yeah. Or are they just going to, differentiate from the comics entirely and not even follow that plot point?
Right. That's what I'm wondering as well. And like Carl is dead. He killed himself. They've buried him. But then we see Rick sitting by himself at the end of the episode. I mean, it's like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
And there have been a lot of questions online about that particular moment right at the end of the episode where he's sitting by himself.
hmm Yeah, and I cannot believe this is just the beginning. I mean, this could have been a season finale episode. That's how great it was.
But it was a mid-season premiere.
This
So,
is like a first mid-season premiere in a long time that's been actually pretty strong in delivering.
Yeah, I think so. I read the review on 411mania.com. They gave it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
That's how much they enjoyed it.
Yeah, I have to agree with them on that. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yes, Rick and Michonne were the two that dig Carl's grave.
yeah.
Very, man. So it's going to be quite interesting to see where they go from here, going forward with Carl out of the picture.
Yeah, and the one thing that struck me was at the beginning where we see Rick once again saying, "May my mercy triumph over my wrath," or something. I'm not sure if I'm quoting that exactly correctly, but it's the gist of what he said. He said, "May may my mercy prevail over my wrath." That's what he said, and that was what he said at the beginning of the season. We saw him say that at the beginning of the season, way back in October.
Yeah.
So so we see this line come into we see this line come into the storyline once again.
Yeah.
May my mercy prevail over my wrath.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
And wow, where is this going to go going forward? What is going to happen? Um, we have heard, yes, that the all-out war is going to end at the end of this season.
Yeah.
We have heard that.
So yeah, that's what I've heard too, because they said that season 9. So let's get into the news of The Walking Dead. So
Yeah, go
apparently
ahead.
Scott Gimple is out as showrunner.
Mm-hmm.
AMC must have fired him or something. He's out as showrunner, but I think he's still like a producer.
Yeah, he is.
Scott Gimple is out as showrunner, and he's been replaced by Angela Kang. And she
Uh,
said that during season 9, there's going to be a huge time jump between this season and season 9. So it's going to be quite interesting to see where they go from here and how she takes the show. And another news in the Walking Dead is that Lauren Cohen has not wrote her contract for The Walking Dead, and it's rumored that she's going to go on another show that's in pre-production. I think it's like Whiskey Cavalier or Caviar. I think that's the name of the show. So, are they going to kill off Maggie at the end of the season, or because Maggie is still alive in the comics?
well, that's a good question. I mean, they had to kill off Sasha in order for her to go on the new Star Trek series.
Yeah.
Nico Martin Green.
Mm-hmm.
So what is going to happen with Maggie? I mean, will they kill her off? Will and what? She's still pregnant. She still has to have the child, the
Yeah.
baby.
So, are they going to give her Lori's death? Is she going to like fall on the baby and kill the baby and kill herself?
I don't know.
So yeah, so that's going to be interesting. See where
Because they have done that this season. They've done that with this show. They've given other characters. They've given characters deaths that were given to other characters.
Yeah.
In other words, characters in the comics.
With
You know,
Olivia got Abraham's death, the arrow through the eye,
no, that was
as an example.
Denise.
Denise, yeah.
Denise got the arrow to the eye.
Yeah, that Abraham had in the comics. So
right, and also, what's his name? Tyrese. He actually got
Tyrese.
Morgan's death. He got Morgan's death from the comics.
Yeah, so that's nothing new. Them giving other characters deaths. But I think Maggie was going to die at this season, I think the writing would have been on the wall. I don't think they're killing off Maggie this season. I don't think they can because they've already shot this season. I think now is just contract negotiations.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. I think that, Lauren Cohen made a guest starring appearance on Law and Order Special Victims Unit while she was on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I think, actors on any show.
Yeah.
Actors on any show can make guest appearances in other shows.
Yeah.
That's happened before. It's not unusual. That's not unusual at all for an actor on a series to make a guest appearance on another series.
Mm-hmm. Well, appearance, but I don't think they can actually be main character on two different shows.
Right. Yeah. And sometimes an actor can have like a recurring role on another series.
Yeah.
Where they show up every so often. They show up like every 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah. I think with this new show, she's going to be a main character. Lauren, Maggie. Maggie. Lauren's going to be a main character. And apparently it's going to be like an FBI agent and a CIA agent. She's going to play like a role of a CIA agent and do some kind of cases.
Well, then that means they're going to have to see about what they can do to keep her on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And we already know that Lenny James has signed on for Fear the Walking Dead. He's going to be on there. But he's leaving The Walking Dead at the end of this season. Does that mean they're going to kill him off? Does that mean they're going to have him? Because Fear the Walking Dead is supposed to be a prequel.
Yeah. Well, they said that I don't think they're going to kill off Morgan. Just because of the whole Fear the Walking Dead and Walking Dead crossover. So I don't think they'll kill him off. But I'm actually looking up, and Lauren Cohen actually joined the pilot. So she signed on to do the pilot. And see, here's the thing: you got to take in consideration. This is just a pilot, so the show might not get even picked up by ABC.
Right. Exactly. Sometimes, right. So that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes actors will be in a pilot, and the pilot is picked up, but none of the rest of the series is picked up. So
yeah. And sometimes shows don't even get past the pilot.
Yeah, I mean, she could have, I think actors can shoot pilots. Like an actor can shoot a pilot for a series, but the series may not necessarily get completely picked up.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing: if they kill her off on The Walking Dead, and this new show doesn't get picked up, she's out of a job per se for right now, unless she gets attached to some other shows. So I don't see her not leaving The Walking Dead quite yet. I say probably stretch her out for another season, probably first half of season 9.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Emily Kinney, after Beth was killed off, Emily Kinney was on a series on ABC, which lasted, I think, 1 season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so now we have, The Walking Dead is, right now, Walking Dead, this is the 8th season. And there's the possibility that they may go for a long time. I hope they don't, because I think a lot of fans are going to get bored and tired.
Yeah, I mean,
if it goes for 20 more years.
Yeah. I hope they can wrap things up soon, because, shows should not last too long, because it'll get watered down, and they'll get I think they're painted in the corner right now, because they got to do some stuff to spice up the show, which is why they killed off Glenn, which is why they killed off Carl. They got to do something to bring the audience back and, get more ratings.
Yeah, and one thing is, they could kill off Daryl at any time because he does not have any roots in the comic book.
Yeah.
So Daryl is an original creation. They can do what they want with him.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Merle. I mean, Merle was not a comic book creation. He
Yeah.
was an original character created for the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think they need to kill Daryl. I'm going to go and say Daryl dies this season. Daryl's going to die. That's my prediction. Go out with a bang, people. Because see, the people that say that's hardcore Daryl fans are watching it, they'll still tune in. They'll still tune in for the next episode. I don't think they're going to be tuning out. Some people tune out, but because you have some people tune out for Glenn's death, and I think they probably tune back in.
And the same thing for Carl. I mean, that
Yeah,
those who said they were going to stop watching the show because they're killing off Carl. I'm sure those same people who said this back in December, well, I'm not going to watch it anymore. They probably watched the season premiere, mid-season
yeah,
premiere.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and by the
Because
way, I did watch the Skybound reaction to the mid-season premiere.
oh, I have not watched that yet.
Oh, it's good. It's really
I
good.
have to watch it soon.
Yeah, the Negan guy, he's on there.
Oh, the Negan guy.
Yeah, remember the guy who got upset at the mid-season finale?
Yeah, the one that took the bat and started swinging it on his
Yes,
bed.
yes, yeah.
What did he do?
Well, I'm not going to spoil anything. You have to watch it, but he
Oh,
wasn't too happy about what happened to
dang it!
Carl.
Did he
Yeah,
cry? Please say he cried.
a little bit. Yeah,
Okay, great. Well,
but it's a
but
really good reaction video for nice little send off for Carl.
yeah, I thought it was a great episode altogether.
Mm.
Yeah, but going back to the showrunner change, Scott Gimple is out and is going to be replaced by Angela Kang, and
Mm.
she wrote a couple of episodes. Let me see if I can bring up some of the episodes that she wrote.
Of course, one good thing, of course, about this mid-season premiere, the direction.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, Greg Nicotero. I mean,
Yeah,
he was. They've been relying on him quite a bit to direct the season premieres, the mid-season premieres, season finales, and
yeah.
all that.
He does great work as directing, and I think he does also. He's probably some type of producer. He does great work with
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm surprised they didn't get Greg Nicotero as showrunner. I think he would have been a tremendous showrunner. But it's going to be quite interesting to see where Angela takes everything. She's wrote a couple of episodes. She's been there for season 2. Her first
Mm.
episode was Secrets. The latest episode was How It's Gotta Be. That's season 8.
Yes, which was the mid-season finale.
The season finale where we found out that Carl got bit.
Yep, that was the one.
So she wrote quite a good few episodes, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see what they take season 9.
Mm-hmm.
So see, they said that in season 9 is going to be a huge time jump. So I have no idea what that's supposed to mean or how many years ahead that's going to be. So it's going to be or months. So it's going to be like probably like months or years after the war has ended. So like you said, Henry, the war is going to end in this season, and starting in season 9, there's going to be a huge time jump. So it's going to be quite interesting to see if Judith is going to get older, and if Maggie has her baby.
Yeah, I would estimate that in the vision that Carl has, Judith's probably about 5 or 6 years old, maybe a little bit
Yeah,
older.
yeah,
Maybe somewhere in the 5, 6 to 7 year
Yeah,
old age
five,
range,
5 to
somewhere in there.
9.
5 to 9, yeah.
Yeah, that age range.
Mm,
So I say probably a quite a few year time jump if they do go in that direction.
yeah,
I would love to see them age up Judith pretty soon because I think they can do quite a lot with Judith, in
I
that
think
age
so.
range, and we've
Yeah,
seen that, and we saw that she and Negan, you know, I love that ending so much because
I know.
I was nervous. I was like, man, we probably won't see Negan at all in this episode, but we do see Negan, and it's at the end of this episode.
It was just something completely that
It
they
was
really
like out
threw
of
us.
nowhere.
Yeah, they threw us a curveball with that. Yeah,
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all,
no, me neither.
and I wonder if this is going to be if this vision is going to foreshadow what's yet to come, or if this just is completely just a vision, if it's just like an imaginary vision that Carl is
Yeah.
having. That because that vision is what Carl wants. He wants for Negan and Rick to stop fighting, to put their differences aside, to come together, to rebuild Alexandria, to rebuild the kingdom, to rebuild everything, and just go on from there.
Mhm. Yeah, that is what Carl wanted. I mean, he has, is it perhaps a naive vision? Who knows?
Mm-hmm. And they and if they
Was Carl
yeah,
was
go ahead.
Carl being naive? Was Carl being naive when he perhaps thought, well, hey, maybe there's a good possibility that we could get this together?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Negan's a pretty bad guy. I mean, he's not exactly
So,
Mr. Warm.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and I'm sure they're going to resolve the issue with the doctor and Father Gabriel getting
Oh
out
yeah,
of the
that's
compound, the
right.
sanctuary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where was yeah, so Father Gabriel is still sick. Has he been
yeah.
bitten? We don't know. But going back to Carl's vision, I would actually love for the writers to go in that direction where Rick and Negan teams
Hmm.
up and takes on someone even stronger and badder than Negan. I think that'd be a great way to move forward is to have Rick and Negan team up and then take on the next whoever's next.
That would be interesting to see see them go in that direction.
Yeah,
Of course, I don't know if it's going to happen, but hey, it could.
yeah, anything can
Very well
happen.
could. Yeah.
But going back to your main concern is that how long should The Walking Dead last? I mean, it's this is season 8, season nine's been confirmed. Uh, season
Mhm.
10, I think 10's pushing it. I really do. I think 10 is pushing it.
Well, I mean, the producers are talking about continuing the show for quite a while, trying to fit in as many of the
Ooh,
comic book storylines as they can.
yeah. Yeah, because a while back I saw the interview with Gimple, and
The
he
thing
said
is,
we've already got a
really,
place to go season 10, 11, and 12.
the comic book is never ending. You can
Yeah,
there's infinite possibilities for what you can do with a comic book
yeah,
or a series of novels.
hmm
But with TV is a little bit more of a limited scope. TV has a little bit more of a limited scope. So
hmm
because people have short attention spans, they're going to get
yeah,
bored pretty easily after a while. If a series just keeps going and going and going, and
hmm
as you mentioned, it can get watered down, it can get old. Characters,
Mm-hmm.
characters leave, characters come in. Old characters die off or they leave the show. New characters come in, things of that nature.
Yeah.
So,
And
I mean, there are several. There are several.
plus it's AMC's call too. If they can still make money off the show, they're going to keep it on as long as they can.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Breaking Bad had that perfect structure
Mm-hmm.
where they tell this entire story in 5 seasons of this one
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. But Breaking Bad was not based on a comic book, though.
Well, right, yeah, that's true, but
So it's
still, the
completely
way they were
different.
able,
But yeah,
yeah,
they
but
knew
the
where they were going.
structure, right, the structure of Breaking Bad. Vince Gilligan had a vision.
Mm-hmm.
He knew where the show was going.
Yeah.
He knew how he probably knew from day one how the show was going to end and where it was going to progress.
Mm-hmm.
He probably had all that planned out years in advance.
Yeah.
But your point is also valid about it. It's not based on a comic book. That's true. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, do the producers of The Walking Dead have an end in? Do they have an end to the show? Do they have a vision for the end of end of the series?
Mm-hmm. Well, here's what David Alpert, executive producer, said in 2014. He said that the original comics have given them enough ideas for Rick and company over the next 7 years. I happen to love working with the source material, specifically because we have plenty of good ideas of what season 10 is going to be, Albert said. We know what seasons 11 and 12 will be. We have benchmarks and milestones for those seasons if we're lucky enough to get there.
Season 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the producers had said something about continuing the show for 20 more years. So.
Oh God. Oh God.
No, I don't. Yeah, I do
Oh
not
my
see that happening. I mean, season 12 would be a good way. It would be a good cutoff point.
Yeah. Yeah. 20 years. What? Who the hell came up with that?
I have no idea.
I got. Let me find that.
That's just insanity. I mean, as much as people love The Walking Dead, nobody's going to want to watch it for that long.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, this is from an interview back in 2017 of March. Walking Dead to continue for 20 years, says producer. Oh my God.
Yeah, but he says it could.
Scott Gimple said that.
Yeah, but that's Scott Gimple, and that was before they fired him as showrunner too. So
yeah, he said that Scott Gimple. They said that speaking at Playfest, Scott Gimple teased how the zombie outbreak kit will remain on the air until 2030, probably longer, and that many of the actors have said they're eager to stay. We're trying to do 20 years that the comic book has certainly done it, and I've looked for every issue. The Simpsons has been on for 26, 27 years, so that's a challenge. Okay, challenge accepted. Done. Yeah, Scott Gimple. Maybe that's why he was booted as showrunner. 20 years.
Well, but the Simpsons has been. But The Simpsons, I'm sorry, has been watered down so badly. I mean, it's barely recognizable.
The Simpsons is animated too.
Yeah.
So again, that's completely different. Live action to animation. And The Simpsons, The Simpsons has been struggling, for the last couple of years now because The Simpsons has really went downhill.
It has. I mean, listen, it happened to Law and Order, which was on for 20 years. It happened to Gunsmoke, which lasted for 20 years.
MASH.
Well, MASH wasn't on that long. MASH was on for like 11 years.
Oh, really?
And actually, MASH was actually pretty good. I mean, even in their final years. I mean, of course, the final episode is still the final episode of MASH is still the
Oh
most
yeah,
watched series finale ever.
oh yeah. I remember the. I know about it. I'm not a big fan of Mash, but I know the season finale where they come up in that helicopter and the rocks spelled out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that is still the most watched series finale ever.
Hmm.
Even today, almost 35 years later, because it
Yeah.
ended in '83.
Hmm. And plus, you got to take in consideration Gunsmoke, for an example. That was a different time.
Yes,
This
I
is
mean
a
that
new
was
generation. People don't want to watch a 20-year-old show 20 years from now. And
right.
it gets boring. It gets watered down. They can't keep up. They have to add new characters, and then not only that, you got the kid characters that's grown up, like Carl Chandler. He basically grew up during the show. We basically saw him grow up through the years on that show.
Yep, we did. We did. Yeah,
So yeah,
and it was
Scott
always
Gimple.
and it was always the same actor. I mean, they never,
Yeah,
they always used the same actor.
yeah.
So, but they just no Scott. I got news for Mr. Gimple. The show is probably not going to run that long.
Hmm. Yeah, it's season 12. I think is pushing it.
Hmm. Because viewers are going to, like I said, viewers have very short attention spans.
Hmm.
Eventually our tastes change.
Yeah.
Like I said, they tell a very succinct story with
Hmm.
Breaking Bad. They can do the same thing with Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
They can tell a very succinct story with Better Call Saul,
Hmm.
and I think they will. They'll know. Vince Gilligan will know when to end Better Call Saul for sure.
Yeah. I think it seems to me that Better Call Saul is probably going to be ending pretty soon. I say with season 4, maybe 5, because with them, keep pushing the dates back. First, it started out in February, then they changed it to June. Now it's not going to come back until September. So I think they're pretty much ending it probably after this season, which is season 4, and that's fine because I think 5 seasons is plenty enough to give to tell the story of merging the two worlds together, because 5 seasons told the story of Walter White, in a nutshell, and that was great. So 5 seasons for Better Call Saul, that'd be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Actually, the last season started in April and ended in June.
Yeah.
So now we have to wait. We have to wait all summer for Better Call Saul to come back,
I know.
and it will probably run into Walking Dead, perhaps when Walking Dead returns for its ninth
Yeah.
season. I think
Yeah.
Better Call Saul will still be going
Hmm.
in its fourth season. So, oh, by the way, yeah, Better Call Saul is available now on DVD and Blu-ray. I think it's
Yeah, for
Blu-ray.
season 3.
I saw the third season on DVD. I saw the third season on DVD. Better Call Saul at
Sweet.
Walmart the other day. So it's probably on Netflix by now. It may be on Netflix by now.
It has not been on Netflix quite yet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to wait until probably a week before season 4 drops
Yeah,
to post
probably
season 3.
so.
That's how they
That's
usually
probably what,
are. They usually wait.
yeah. But hey, everybody can still watch seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix.
Hmm.
of Better Call Saul. And of course, they can watch all of Breaking Bad on Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully, The Walking Dead will not last that much longer.
20 years. Oh gosh, that'd
Because
be painful.
people are going to
I
get
don't-
tired of it.
yeah,
And the ratings will drop. The ratings will dip for
yeah.
sure.
The ratings already dipped quite significantly, but not too significantly for them to cancel it.
Mm-hmm. So if they continue this show for a lengthy period of time, I mean, they are going to lose viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. And in some instances, a comic book show, it's like taking Batman, and having a show about him and using the comic books. That is like almost near impossible to do because you got to choose which comic book, you're going to go with the 40s, you're going to go with the 50s, which, year Batman you want to do, and then do that comic book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's quite difficult to do a comic book show and strictly try to keep up with the comics as closely as possible. Because comic books vary in different editions. Because you got
Yeah.
for example you got the DC alternate universe, and you got all these different quite universes that you have to try and combine together or whatnot. But I don't. I hope to God it doesn't last 20 years. Season
Well,
12, I think would be perfect to wrap everything up.
I was going to say Batman the animated series worked because it was number one, it was animation. Number
Yeah.
two, they could pick from different eras and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And still make it fresh. I mean, I've not watched Gotham, but apparently they're already
Yeah.
starting, him dressing as Batman.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with Gotham either.
Yeah. So,
This is a good question. Would The
do
Walking
what?
work better as an animated series? I think it would have been a hell of a lot better if it was animated than
Referring to
live action.
Gotham. You're referring to Gotham.
No, The Walking Dead.
Oh, Walking Dead. Yeah, that would have been interesting.
I think it would have been much better if The Walking Dead was animated instead of live action. Because they could have done more animated than they could have with live action.
Mm-hmm. True.
I
Yeah.
can actually see them animating The Walking Dead, maybe like some type of a Japanese anime style or some kind of dark and gritty style. I'm gonna post this question on Facebook, but I think The Walking Dead would have been better as animated.
Ooh, interesting.
What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, that would be an interesting take on it if they were to do that. But I mean, obviously they wanted it to be live action. They wanted
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with that. It's just that's how they wanted it. I guess apparently. So,
Yeah.
but I think let's see. I think we pretty much covered all the major points.
Yeah. So I think we covered the season. So any predictions for tomorrow night? Tomorrow night's
Uh,
episode is called "The Lost and the Plunderers." So that makes me wonder if the Garbage Pail Kids is returning.
yeah, the scavengers. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
in
the
the
plot
previews,
is
some of the preview.
groups unite their
Go ahead.
forces to converge on Hilltop. Aaron and Enid search for allies. Simon takes matters into his own hands. So it looks like we're going to see Oceanside again.
Yeah, yeah. Let's. Yeah, yeah. They need. Yeah, they need to resolve the storyline. Remember, the mid-season finale, Enid shot the grandmother
Yeah.
from Hillside. I mean, Oceanside rather, from Oceanside. So are Aaron and Enid going to be able to convince Oceanside to join up with them? That's going to be my question.
Yeah, that's going to be quite, yeah. But we don't
Or
know if the
did
grandma's
they?
dead or not. We
Right.
saw her get shot, but we're not quite sure if she's dead.
Yeah.
I'm thinking she might. I don't think they're going to come off quite yet. I think she's probably going to live just a little bit longer, probably until tomorrow night. Maybe at the end, by the end of tomorrow night, she'll probably be dead. That's
Mm-hmm.
my prediction for tomorrow night. So I think we might see some Negan tomorrow night as well, because
I believe so, because according to the previews that we saw last week, he didn't see he was yelling at someone. I don't
yeah,
know who he was yelling at, but he didn't seem to be too happy. So I believe, yes, we may be seeing Negan tomorrow night.
mm-hmm. It had been Simon because they said that Simon's going to take matters into his own hands. So it makes me wonder. Maybe I think we'll probably see that Negan finds out about Gavin. I think Negan has to find out about Gavin that he's dead.
And he
So,
may find out about Dwight as well, because
yeah.
the girl that was with Dwight, or the one that took pot shots at him, took shots at
Mm-hmm.
him, she may get back to the kingdom and say, "Hey, Dwight turned on us."
Yeah. Yeah, because she didn't get dead. She's not dead. She did get
Right.
probably grazed by a bullet or something, but she's not dead
Uh,
yet. Um,
right.
but in the teasers, the teasers, we see that someone sends like a coffin or something, a box of something, to Negan. Have you
It's the
seen that?
same box. I bet it's the box that remember Maggie requested from Simon. I
Yeah,
believe it's the same box where they put that one dude in there, the one that she shot.
yeah, it has to be that dude.
Yeah,
I think they probably send it back to Negan as a message to him.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. That's exact. That's got to be what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what he gets pissed off about.
All right, let's see here. So yeah, that was so we just so this past Sunday, last Sunday was Honor. Tomorrow is the Lost and the Plunderers. It's going to be quite interesting. I hope they can keep the momentum going from here because that was it's gonna be pretty hard to top last week's episode, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
But
It was really, that
next
was
week's, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Last week's was really tremendous. I thought they did an excellent job with it. Um, it was interesting the dynamic with young Henry being the one to
Mm-hmm.
kill Gavin, rather than Morgan or
Mm-hmm.
Morgan or being Carol. Although I don't know if Carol would have necessarily killed him or not.
I don't think she would have unless he would have proposed a threat.
Yeah, yeah, I have to agree with that. Unless he posed a threat, I don't think
Yeah,
she would have done anything to him.
yeah.
But this, I mean, we see now that now we see that young Henry is a bit more dangerous than previously thought. So
Mhm. Well, you got to take in
it,
consideration that Carol with kids does not turn out to be good. I mean, her own daughter got got bit and turned out to be a zombie. You had the little two girls that she had to kill because the little two girls that she was with, she had to kill one of them because she was batshit insane. And then
yeah,
with the
Lizzie,
Lizzie,
let
yeah,
the
Lizzie.
flowers,
So
let the
Carol and kids
flowers.
do not mix at all. So Henry, you might be on the chopping block pretty soon. That's great. I mean, how awesome
maybe.
is this? We got a show. You know, Shane, I died in the second season. All right, so I'm dead.
Yeah.
Ellen, there was a Ellen, I do believe, in The Walking Dead. She's dead, and now Henry, you're back. So you're on the chopping
Yeah.
block. So you better hope and pray that Carol doesn't do anything to ruin you.
But yeah, this was a really great way
Yeah.
to open the half season, and
Yeah, again, this could have been a freaking season finale.
it could have.
And hopefully they can keep the momentum going from here because they set it up great. Hopefully they can keep us intrigued by the end of the season. So what this season ends on April 15th?
April 15th, tax day.
April
Yeah.
15th is tax day. It ends on tax day. Well, hopefully you guys will get your taxes done before then so you can watch The Walking Dead, have a Walking Dead party or whatever. I got my taxes done. That's all that matters to me. All right. So
Well,
I think we're going to
go. What they'll probably do is they'll give people till midnight Monday to send their returns in because because the 15th is on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So they'll probably give people till Monday, midnight Monday.
All right. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and end it right here. Hopefully, Alan can join us next week because I really like to get her thought on about Lauren Cohen and the new showrunner.
Yep.
Because I really like to get her thoughts on that. She's probably busy.
Yep.
She probably did something. She's probably doing something. But
probably.
So if you cannot wait until next week, this coming Wednesday we are doing the X-Cast discussing the X-Files live right as soon as the X-Files ends. It's going to be a freaky episode. that little kid character or whatever it is, the big head dude, that is freaky. So yeah, tune in for that, and then this next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be episode 10 of The Walking Dead, The Webcasting Dead, and it's called The Lost and the Plunderers. And hopefully, like I said, they can keep the momentum going. On that note, we'll see you here Wednesday night at 9 Eastern Standard Time as soon as the X-Files go off the air. Good night, everybody.